So I am now joined by my former client, Ryan. And today we're just going to have a chat about, the speaking skills coaching we did and how it has impacted him further down the line. And dude, when I messaged you on Slack, I had no idea the last time we'd actually messaged was a year and a half ago, dude. That is insane.
Yeah, no, time flies, but keep working on the same stuff, and like what we did a year and a half ago is as important now than ever. Is more important than ever.
Okay, well, I want to come back to that in a bit, but let's talk about originally, what was it that caused you to kind of go, all right, I need some support with the speaking skills coaching? Like, explain what the scenario was. What was the catalyst that was the reason why we engaged?
Yeah, I think I just knew deep down this was something that I wasn't that good at the time, number one, and just need to get better at. Number two, how important this is as a business owner to be able to get on camera and speak well, especially when you're doing video sales letters, when you're doing ads, but then also translating that to just life, public speaking, looking people in the eyes, communication's everything. And I know how to decently write and write copy and understand psychology for writing, like writing cold emails, LinkedIn, like content. That's what I started with.
Mhm.
But if you can get on camera and convey your message to people and they can buy into that message, I mean, that's a probably one of the most important skills to have. So I think when I started trying to figure out advertising and crack the advertising for my business, which has been an ongoing process. I'm glad I started when I did, but it's just a process of continuously getting better. Also getting the product better too, which is like what makes the ads perform. Um, as long as you're conveying the right message, but you got to have the product on the back end to
Of
actually
course.
support that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I think I needed help because I was seeing how I was first filming and I wasn't very confident speaking on camera. I didn't know how to look into the camera. I didn't know just all the details that you pointed out to me. I was completely unaware of. All I knew at the time was I need some help with this or want to seek someone out to guide me in the right direction.
Gotcha. Awesome. So let's talk about the nitty gritty of it as well. So, what do you feel was when we got started, even through the process? What do you feel was the toughest part of the process for you?
I think it was just consistently Yeah, just showing up with the right mindset, honestly, and committing to the process at first, and know and that it's a little bit it's there's a humbling factor there as well. You have to be able to take advice, and humble yourself a little bit to realize that hey, this isn't something right now that's a strength of mine. I really need someone to guide me through this process. I think that was first, and then just showing up and like what we did live on camera, like me speaking into the camera, saying the ads, you telling me to do it again, that process there, it can be a little bit, you could say, uncomfortable at times.
Yep.
But that's where you can go. If you go through that on the uncomfortability, that's where you get to the other side, and then it becomes easier. So you just have to go through it. I think that was probably the toughest part for me, and it's still like it's still a work in progress. It never ends, but it does get easier over time as you rep it more.
Okay. Awesome. So, what was the most enjoyable part for you about the process and the coaching?
I think that it was super direct and that you didn't waste time with telling me what I want to hear or like telling me, yeah, not like telling me what I want to hear, but you told me what I needed to hear. And that directness is how you improve and make rapid progress. So I think that was the best part about the process is just it was very direct, very straightforward.
Mhm.
We get on the calls, we make the most of the calls, and then I would go implement after that. So there wasn't a bunch of fluff and wasted time. It was very direct, as you're a quite a direct person, which is good.
Absolutely. We've got one life, mate. Time is very precious. So,
Yes.
you've invested in yourself with that. So, yeah, you're going to get me hook, line, and sinker. And it's like there's no point pussyfooting around with it because if something isn't working, I tell you what it is. We'll change it, we implement, and you can go and implement as much as you can, and then we crack on again and keep building and layering and layering and layering. So now let's talk about some of the results that you've got from actually doing the coaching. Now, it might be more kind of how you feel about yourself, confidence, self belief, or there might be some tangible results in conversion rates or that kind of stuff. So let's just kind of spitball and just share some of the results that you've gotten from the
Yeah, I
coaching.
think the biggest thing was like when I got the coaching, I really needed it. And that set me up. It set a foundation for me to keep improving upon it from there. You gave me the tools and the awareness about some of the keys of speaking, especially doing VSLs and filming ads. And then from there, I was able to go and apply that and then keep repping it over time and get better and better. So for me, I think there's the two pieces of it. It's one, the confidence and the ability to actually do it, the ability to speak well, the ability to speak into the camera, the ability to understand your tonality and be aware of how you should say a certain sentence or the way that you are communicating. That's really important. And then the confidence as well and the enjoying of the process. Sometimes when you're not very good at something or something's a little bit uncomfortable, you tend to, I know for me, like I didn't enjoy it as much, but it's actually over time become an enjoyable thing to do. And when
Of
you can
course.
enjoy something that also really helps people and gets good results for your business,
Yep.
that used to be something that you almost avoided subconsciously.
Hmm.
It's a game changer. So that has been, as I've kept doing this, it's become more and more enjoyable and it's become easier because you get stronger. Um, and that's a good lesson for life, I would say. And then the other side of
Absolutely.
it is the ads have continuously, as I've gotten better, they've continuously performed better. And
Right.
along with the VSLs, which I'm still updating, like I just filmed a new one, but it's gotten better. I've been able to sign clients from it. Um, and especially right after we did the coaching, I remember like a year ago, like we were when we were back when we did it, right after that, on the new VSL or the VSL that I filmed at the time and the ads I was running at the time, I did get some clients from that as well. Um,
Okay,
and
sweet.
it's become over time more and more profitable as I've been able to get on camera better and speak more clearly, and my messaging's gotten better
Yep.
and the delivery's gotten better. And I suspect
Love
that
that.
in the coming 6 months, that will be in a whole new level.
That is very cool. It's really nice to hear when it has a tangible impact on the revenue as well. Because obviously the confidence increase and that kind of stuff is huge. You can take that with you for the rest of your life, and to have it increase the bottom line as well is very very cool. I love
And
that.
on sales calls too. That's another big one as well, since it's pretty much the same thing. They're getting on the call and speaking to them directly, and that conviction and confidence on the call and the ability to convey what I'm trying to get across to them in
Yep.
that sales environment,
Yep.
that also has a big effect on the revenue too.
Dude, that is huge. That is huge. The one thing I always say is that conviction is a superpower when it's expressed right. And people
Absolutely, yeah.
people feel it because there isn't a huge amount of business owners and even people in the business world that I see that have genuine full conviction with what they talk about. And when someone does have it, it is very powerful and it's very persuasive. And especially if you have a service that gets clients and customers results, then you owe it to them to speak with absolute conviction, right?
Exactly. Like when you have something really good, you're actually doing them a disservice to not be able to speak well and convey your thoughts. I remember that's happened to me in the past where I'm like, wow, I could really help this company and like this the prospect I'm speaking to,
Yeah.
but I didn't convey that well enough or clearly enough
Hmm.
or with enough conviction,
Yeah.
and they didn't become a client, but I know I could have actually really helped them. And that's why it's so important. And even if you're speaking about things maybe unrelated to business that you feel really passionate about and you're trying to serve other people and help other people, if you're not able to get your message across in a way that clicks for them, then you're actually doing them a disservice with something that could have been valuable for their life.
Yes. Yes. A triple yes, mate. I'm with you, and I love the fact that you're embodying that now. I mean, you're embodying it, and you're seeing results consistently, which is absolutely brilliant. It's amazing. And so, are there any other areas apart from the VSLs, apart from ads, apart from sales calls? Are there any other areas in your business or even your personal life where these skills, improving the skills, have helped you?
I mean, I think it's honestly like it's every facet of life.
Okay.
communication, looking people in the eyes, knowing how to talk to strangers, talk to people you don't know, feeling comfortable talking to people you don't know.
Mhm.
That's something you just keep working on over time, but these skills are important. And yeah, getting on camera within a business environment. If I'm doing anything, which I don't do a lot of on camera work outside of business right now, but maybe
Mhm.
perhaps in the future, other side projects or different things I'm pursuing. And then the ability to speak in front of people and be in when I'm in rooms with people, even if it's a small group,
Mhm.
feeling the confidence to speak my mind and share my thoughts. Um, with people that I don't know or even with friends. So it's holistic for sure. It applies to every facet of life. It's
Love it.
these skills are like genuinely it's the foundation of everything. Being able to speak well and communicate your thoughts clearly. Doesn't matter what you're doing.
Happy days. I'm on board all the way, man. So, what would you say to the business owner who's watching this video right now, and if they are either on the fence or they're not sure if investing in their own speaking skills and maybe more specifically getting support from me, what would you say to that person, that business owner watching right now?
I would tell them that they should absolutely do it because not only for the immediate problem that they're probably looking to solve, whether that's their ads, their VSL, maybe YouTube content, whatever it is that they're looking to immediately get better at to produce probably an outcome in their business, like revenue. That's great. And that will happen from this. And as they consistently do this practice more and more. So that alone is a good reason, but also they don't see all the other benefits that come from it over time as you really commit to improving your speaking skills and your ability to talk on camera. It affects every area of your life. So it's pretty much a no-brainer to invest in not only with you, but in any speaking, but specifically, I would say with you, because you've been in this space, you have the track record, and you tailor it to people who are in online business or even not an online business, but they're speaking into a camera and they need to clearly convey their message to their audience
Mhm.
about their product or service. That is the most important skill because someone has to do it in their business. And yeah, maybe you could outsource that, but if it's your business and you're a business owner, you need to be able to speak with that level of conviction about what you've built. And if you can't do that, then you're very much limited on how much you can grow your business and how much impact you can have. So it's
Absolutely.
it's definitely a no-brainer. I would say just make the investment and commit to it, and then you'll see where you end up after that.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely agree with you on that. So, the person watching this video, where can they go and see some of your content now, either your VSL or YouTube or whatever it is? So what's the URL that they can go to?
Yeah, they can just go to our website. It's thegrowthcenter.co.co. So thegrowthcenter.co. You can go there and that's where we have our case studies, a little bit more about our company, a couple of the solutions that we offer for our clients.
Perfect.
And yeah, that would say that's the best place to go.
Awesome, dude. Well, listen, mate, I really appreciate you jumping on. Thank you for sharing, your experience as well. And I'm just so chuffed you've carried on that journey. And it looks like, based upon what you're saying, and working on more of the online stuff that you're doing and the face-to-face public speaking skill stuff you're doing as well, like you kind of diving into it. And I'm really chuffed you've embraced the whole process and you really do see the value in it. And obviously you've internally and externally from a revenue point of view, you've seen a big difference. So yeah, man, thanks for hopping on, and it's lovely to reconnect again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.